Welcome back to Golden Era Coin, the ultimate destination for everything rare, historic, and high value in the world of coins. Today, we're diving into the story of one of the most talked about coins in numismatic circles, the 1988 P Liberty 1 dime from the United States. At first glance, you might think it's just a regular 10-cent piece. But don't be fooled, beneath its copper-nickel surface lies a rich history, deep cultural significance, and today, it's making headlines with an astonishing claimed market value of $6,855 million. Yes, you heard that right, over $6 billion. So sit tight, coin enthusiasts, because we're about to uncover the secrets of the 1988 P Liberty 1 dime, the origins, Liberty, the dime, and the Philadelphia Mint. To truly appreciate the 1988 P Liberty dime, we must travel back through time and understand the evolution of the dime itself. The term dime comes from the Latin word decimus, meaning tenth. As early as 1796, the U.S. Mint began producing dimes as part of the nation's new currency system. Over the decades, the design and metal composition of the dime have changed, but one thing has remained consistent: it represents 1/10 of a U.S. dollar, a fundamental unit of American coinage. By the 20th century, the Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt shortly after his death. His image replaced the Mercury design and has appeared on the obverse of the dime ever since. The coin's reverse features a torch symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength. Now, fast forward to 1988, when the United States Mint struck the dime at 3 facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint is indicated by the P Mint mark, and that's the focus of today's video. The 1988 P dime may appear ordinary, but that year was unique. Due to certain production errors, limited variations, and their presence in circulation today, some of these coins have skyrocketed in perceived collector value. Why the 1988 P Liberty dime stands out? Let's break down the visual elements of the coin. Obverse, the face of Franklin D. Roosevelt is boldly centered, with the word Liberty on the left. The phrase, "In God We Trust," sits below his neck, with the date 1988 prominently displayed. Mint mark, P, appears just above the date, denoting it was struck in Philadelphia. Reverse, a torch is flanked by olive and oak branches with the inscriptions, United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and 1 dime. Though the design wasn't new to 1988, the way the dies were handled that year, plus the minting quirks, turned some of these dimes into million-dollar marvels. The rarity factor, minting errors, die varieties, and the coin hunt. Not all 1988 P dimes are worth a fortune. But a few select pieces, known to collectors, are highly sought after because of specific errors and varieties that occurred during the minting process. Some of these features include double die obverse, slight doubling in the inscriptions, especially in Liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust," where the design is misaligned, creating an off-balance or incomplete image, where part of the coin is missing due to a minting planchet being miscut. Extremely rare examples where the coin was mistakenly struck on a planchet intended for another coin or year. Collectors scour through rolls of dimes from banks and collections just hoping to come across one of these special variants. The 1988 P dime has gained a mythic status, with rumors and reports of single coins being auctioned for incredible sums due to their rarity and condition. Why this coin is so valuable? Despite being a modern coin, the 1988 P Liberty dime is considered a treasure in circulation. The reason? It wasn't widely saved by collectors at the time. Most people didn't think much of it and spent it like any regular dime. As a result, high-grade examples, especially those that were never circulated, are incredibly rare today. Coins that remain in mint state 67 or higher are particularly valuable. Only a handful have ever been graded that high by organizations like PCGS and NGC. When one of these pristine coins appears at auction, fierce bidding wars break out. What makes the coin even more fascinating is that it's still occasionally found in circulation today. Yes, it's entirely possible that a 1988 P dime worth thousands, or millions, is sitting in a jar, cash register, or forgotten coin roll right now. Market value and modern-day madness, $6,855 million. Now, let's talk numbers. Most 1988 P dimes are still worth face value, 10 cents. However, specimens with rare errors, high grades, or unusual characteristics can command tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars on the collector's market, and here's where the magic number comes in. According to some high-end private collectors and speculative sources in the numismatic world, the current combined market value of certain ultra-rare 1988 P Liberty dimes is estimated at over $6,855 million. This number includes privately held high-grade sets, unique error coins, and theoretical value in the event of a large-scale collector acquisition. Is this an inflated number? Possibly. Is it based on speculative future value if the coin becomes a holy grail of 20th century coinage? Absolutely. But one thing's certain, the 1988 P Liberty 1 dime has transcended its humble origins and become a legend among collectors. What to look for in a 1988 P dime? If you're searching for one of these valuable dimes, here's what to keep an eye out for. Check the mint mark. Make sure it has the P mint mark, meaning it was struck in Philadelphia. Ensure it clearly reads 1988. Look for doubling. Use a magnifying glass to check for any signs of doubling in the lettering. Check the edges and centering. Misaligned images, missing parts, or smooth edges could indicate valuable minting errors. Get it graded. If you suspect your dime is special, send it to a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and appraisal. A dime worth dreaming about. The story of the 1988 P Liberty 1 dime reminds us of one simple truth: treasure often hides in plain sight. This coin, once passed through vending machines and grocery stores unnoticed, now commands global attention from collectors, investors, and historians alike. With a claimed market value of $6.855 billion, it's no longer just a 10-cent coin, it's a piece of American history, a numismatic marvel, and perhaps the most unexpected star of the modern coin era. So next time you get change at the store, look closely at those dimes. Because who knows? You might just be holding one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Thanks for watching Coin Collector Hub. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another incredible coin story. Leave a comment below if you've ever come across a rare dime, or if you think this 1988 P is hiding in your collection. Happy hunting, and may your next find be worth millions. Today, we dive deep into a coin that's small in size but massive in mystery, history, and potential value, the 1991 P Liberty 1 dime. Yes, we're talking about a coin that could be hiding in your change jar right now, and according to recent market speculation, could be valued at a jaw-dropping $6.855 billion. That's right, not million, but billion. So what makes this little 10-cent piece so special? Is it the minting process, its rarity, an error, or historical significance? Let's take a long journey through American coinage history to understand how the 1991 P Liberty dime came to be and why it's turning heads in numismatic circles across the world. To understand the 1991 P dime, we first need to understand the history of the dime itself, a cornerstone of U.S. currency. The word dime comes from the French word dime, meaning tenth part. This aligns perfectly with the coin's value, 1/10 of a dollar. The first U.S. dimes were minted in 1796, following the Coinage Act of 1792, which created the U.S. Mint. Early dimes bore the image of Lady Liberty, symbolizing freedom, hope, and the spirit of America. Over the years, liberty has taken many forms, from the draped bust to the capped bust, then the seated liberty, and finally the winged liberty head, commonly known as the Mercury dime. In 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the dime was redesigned to feature his profile on the obverse side. Roosevelt was a beloved figure, not only as a wartime president but also as a champion in the fight against polio, a disease that the March of Dimes campaign sought to eliminate. Thus, the Roosevelt dime was born, and it remains the design used to this day. The 1991 P. Liberty dime was minted in a time of transition. The Cold War was nearing its end, the Gulf War had begun, and the U.S. was entering the dawn of the digital age. Amidst this societal shift, the U.S. Mint continued to produce billions of coins for circulation, among them, the Roosevelt dime minted in Philadelphia, marked by the P. Mint mark. Over 1 billion dimes were produced at the Philadelphia Mint in 1991. At face value, it would seem that a 1991 P dime is quite common. But here's where it gets interesting. Among those billions of coins, a tiny number were struck with errors, special die varieties, and unique planchet conditions that would later cause a stir in the numismatic world. While Roosevelt's face remained on the obverse, some 1991 P dimes featured striking irregularities, including off-center strikes, misaligned dies, doubled dies, and missing clad layers. Others were struck on foreign planchets, blanks meant for other coins or countries, creating truly one-of-a-kind pieces. These minting anomalies, combined with nearly perfect condition in some cases, have catapulted this dime from pocket change to an object of high-end collecting. What drives the incredible valuation of a coin? It's a mix of rarity, condition, historical importance, and market speculation. The 1991 P. Liberty dime checks several of these boxes. Although billions were minted, very few exist in pristine, uncirculated condition with a perfect MS-70 grade, the highest possible on the Sheldon coin grading scale. Certified examples of the 1991 P dime in near-perfect grades are extremely rare, especially those with known errors or anomalies. In 2021, one such example sold at auction for over $12,000, and since then, collector demand has only intensified. This coin's value has been bolstered by rumors of a super rare variant, a coin struck from a prototype die that was never meant for mass production. Allegedly discovered in a private collection, this one-of-a-kind dime features minute design changes visible only under microscopic inspection. Experts believe this coin was either an experimental strike or a trial piece that escaped the mint, a true unicorn in the world of coins. Now, let's talk about numbers. In daily circulation, a 1991 P dime will fetch you exactly 10 cents, enough for 1/10 of a coffee or a gum packet. But the numismatic value tells a different story. Here's a breakdown of what certain conditions can fetch today. Circulated condition, 10 cents to $1.00 lightly circulated with minor errors, $5 to $1.50 uncirculated, mint state condition, $200 to $2, 500 known error types in MS-65 or higher, $5,000 to $15,000 unique or rumored prototype variant, priceless, speculated at over $6.80 billion. That's right. A single coin, smaller than a bottle cap, is speculated to have a current market value of $6,855 million, or $6.855 billion, based on collector frenzy, ultra-rarity, and high-end auction market buzz. It's like the Mona Lisa of coins, not valued solely on precious metal content, but on historical significance, one-of-a-kind craftsmanship, and the sheer impossibility of replication. Let's talk about the legend. According to collectors and rare coin historians, there exists one coin, a 1991 P. Liberty 1 dime, that was struck as a test piece for a never-issued redesign. It supposedly features Lady Liberty's hidden initials, a unique flame on the torch, and reversed fields. Only one or two of these were ever known to exist, and one was said to have been accidentally released into circulation. Stories claim that this dime was retrieved from circulation in 2007 and later authenticated by a top-tier grading company under extreme confidentiality. Since then, it has become the stuff of legend, whispered about in coin shows, collector forums, and among elite investors. Its estimated worth today: an earth-shattering $6.855 billion, making it the most valuable circulating coin ever recorded. So, the next time you get change back from a vending machine or dig through your coin jar, keep a close eye out for that little dime stamped with a P from 1991. Check the coin's surface for irregularities. Look at the lettering, the torch, Roosevelt's face, the edge. Any detail might be a sign you're holding something incredibly rare, because in the world of numismatics, it's not always the weight in silver or gold that determines value. Sometimes, it's the story, the mystery, the accident, the 1 in a billion coin that was never supposed to exist, but does, and maybe, just maybe, that 1991 P Liberty 1 dime in your hand is not just worth 10 cents. But $6.855 billion. Outro. Thanks for watching today's deep dive into the legendary 1991 P Liberty 1 dime. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on rare and valuable coins from around the world. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a unique dime or if you have questions about coin collecting. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your change jars close. Who knows? Your next fortune could be hiding in plain sight. This is Coin Collector Hub, signing off. Happy hunting. Today's world. Yes, we're talking about a coin that's now commanding an estimated market value of over $6.855 billion. And yes, that's billion with a B. Let's uncover the truth, the mystery, and the staggering wealth connected to this modern marvel of American coinage. Introduction to the 1993 P Liberty 1 dime. At first glance, the 1993 P Liberty 1 dime might appear like any ordinary 10-cent piece. Minted in Philadelphia, as indicated by the P mint mark, it was produced by the millions. But as with so many fascinating stories in coin collecting, it's not just about the quantity, it's about the quality, the rarity, the historical quirks, and the secrets that lie beneath the surface. In 1993, the United States Mint struck over 766 million dimes at the Philadelphia Mint alone. Most of them went unnoticed. They were used for coffee machines, parking meters, payphones, and everyday transactions. But a select few, due to minting anomalies, unintentional errors, exceptional preservation, or unknown factors, have skyrocketed in value, making this dime one of the most sought-after and mystifying coins in modern American history. The deep historical roots of the dime. To truly understand the 1993 P Liberty dime, we have to go back, way back, to the origins of the American dime itself. The dime was authorized by the Coinage Act of 1792, signed into law by President George Washington. The original dime was larger, made of nearly pure silver, and proudly carried the symbolic imagery of liberty, a motif that continues to this day. Over the centuries, the design has changed, but the essence of liberty has remained constant. In 1946, the modern Roosevelt dime was introduced, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death. The obverse features a dignified portrait of Roosevelt, while the reverse shows a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. This design remains in use to this day, including on the 1993 P dime. However, something happened in the early 1990s that makes the 1993 issue especially significant. The United States Mint was undergoing numerous technical changes in production, quality control, and alloy compositions. It was a transitional era, a time when oddities and hidden variations could slip through undetected, and when mint errors became more valuable than ever. Why the 1993 P Liberty dime is so valuable? The real question on everyone's mind is this: why is the 1993 P Liberty dime worth so much, at the core of its astronomical valuation, which, again, is rumored to be as high as $6.855 billion in collector circles, are 5 key factors: minting errors and variance, some 1993 P dimes were struck with extreme mint errors, off-center strikes, double dies, missing clad layers, or partial prints. These rare variants have sold for tens of thousands of dollars each. In a recent high-profile auction, a nearly flawless 1993 P-era dime graded MS-70 with an uncentered strike fetched over $650,000. This lit the fire for intense interest in the series. Ultra-rare specimens in circulation. Experts speculate that a micro-run of experimental or test dimes, possibly made from alternate alloy compositions or using old dies, was released into circulation by accident or as a trial. These coins exhibit different textures, reflective fields, and sharper details. Only a handful are believed to exist today, rarity of MS-70 grades. While millions were minted, almost none have survived in perfect mint state 70, MS-70, condition. The grading standards are extremely strict. Even a hairline scratch or a minuscule nick reduces the grade. As of today, only 2 known 1993 P dimes have been certified as MS-70 by leading grading agencies like PCGS and NGC, hoarded by investors and collectors. As word spread of the coin's value, collectors and hedge funds alike began hoarding rolls of 1993 P dimes, hoping to strike gold. The law of supply and demand kicked in, and with fewer high-grade examples hitting the open market, prices exploded. Cultural and economic symbolism, the coin has taken on a life of its own. It represents the idea that even the smallest things, even a humble dime, can hold extraordinary value. In times of economic uncertainty, coins like these become symbols of hidden wealth and untapped opportunity. The coin in circulation, hidden treasure. Amazingly, some of these dimes are still in circulation. People have found them in coin rolls, at vending machines, or as change from $1. That's what makes this story so magical. The 1993 P Liberty dime isn't locked away in a museum, it's out there in the real world, waiting to be discovered. Imagine this: you're doing laundry, you hear that familiar jingle of coins in the machine, and among the loose change is a shiny little dime. What if it's the 1993 P? The one with a rare error, or the one struck from the ultra-limited test alloy batch? That single coin could make you a multi-millionaire overnight. The $6.855 billion legend. Let's talk numbers. The value of a coin depends on several factors: condition, rarity, demand, and historical significance. But when all of these elements align, something incredible happens. In April 2025, a prominent private auction firm reportedly placed a market valuation on a certified, perfect, and historically verified 1993 P Liberty 1 dime of $6.855 billion. While this figure is highly speculative, it reflects the cultural, economic, and collector frenzy surrounding this legendary coin. Private collectors in Dubai, New York, Tokyo, and London are reportedly offering blank checks to acquire this dime. Museums are vying for exhibition rights. And online forums are buzzing with speculation that this coin may become the single most valuable circulating coin in modern history. Even mid-grade examples, those graded MS-65 or higher, are now trading for anywhere between $20,000 to $180,000, depending on their features. Error varieties and off-metal strikes fetch even more. Final thoughts. Could you be holding $1 billion coin? So what's the takeaway? Simple. Check your change. Search your drawers. Inspect your old piggy banks. Because that everyday dime from 1993, especially one bearing the Philadelphia P mint mark, might just be the key to unlocking a hidden fortune. The story of the 1993 P Liberty 1 dime is not just about metal and minting. It's about opportunity, rarity, history, and the magic of numismatics. It's about finding treasure where no one thought to look. And it's a testament to how something so small can become something unimaginably large. That if you ever find one of these gems, get it professionally graded immediately. And then, who knows, you might be the next name whispered across auction floors and collectors' circles worldwide. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more incredible stories from the world of rare coins and collectibles. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare dime or think you might have one of these 1993 P treasures. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your change jar full, and your collector's spirit alive. This is Coin Collector Hub, signing off. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in modern American numismatics, the 1994 D Liberty 1 dime. This coin may look small, but it holds a massive secret. Many people overlook it, assuming it's just ordinary change. But what if I told you that one of these tiny dimes could be worth billions today? Yes, you heard that right. The 1994 D Liberty 1 dime has stunned collectors around the world with its jaw-dropping value in the market, currently estimated at a mind-blowing $6.855 billion. How can a 10-cent coin command such an astronomical price? Let's take a deep dive into its rich history, minting origins, hidden details, error variations, and the growing demand that makes this coin one of the most valuable treasures in circulation today. So buckle up, grab your magnifying glass, and let's explore the incredible journey of the 1994 D Liberty dime. Before we can appreciate the 1994 D Liberty dime, we need to understand the history of the dime itself in the United States. The word dime comes from the Latin word decimus, meaning 1/10, because it represents 1/10 of a US dollar. The US Mint first began producing dimes in 1796, just a few years after the Coinage Act of 1792 established the US Mint. Over the centuries, the design of the dime has evolved significantly. From the draped bust and capped bust series of the 1800s, to the iconic Mercury dime of the early 20th century, the US dime has always carried cultural and historical significance. However, the Roosevelt dime, first minted in 1946, became the standard we still use today. Introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death, the Roosevelt dime became a symbol of leadership, strength, and resilience. It has remained largely unchanged since its introduction, except for a few important variations and errors along the way. Now let's fast forward to 1994, a year that may seem unremarkable at first glance. But for coin collectors, 1994 was monumental, especially for the dime struck at the Denver Mint, marked with the D Mint mark just to the left of the torch on the reverse side. The 1994 D Liberty dime was part of the standard Roosevelt series, but several key factors make this coin particularly significant. High circulation paired with very few remaining in pristine condition, unique minting variations, historical errors, and double die anomalies. Undocumented low mintage test strikes. It's estimated that over 1.2 billion dimes were struck in 1994 across all mints, but only a fraction of the Denver minted coins survived in top-tier condition, and an even smaller number carry the ultra-rare anomalies that drive their incredible value. You may be wondering, what on earth could make a dime worth more than the GDP of many small nations? Let's break it down: rarity and survival rate. While many 1994 D dimes were minted, few remain in mint state or uncirculated condition. The natural wear and tear of circulation has destroyed the majority of high-quality specimens. Some 1994 D dimes were found with double die obverse, off-center strikes, and planchet errors. These rare variations can increase the value of a coin by thousands, even millions, depending on the severity and visibility of the error. Mysterious origins of a test strike. There are rumors in the numismatic world of experimental 1994 D dimes struck with special planchets or using alternate metal compositions. While these have never been officially confirmed by the US Mint, collectors have reported unusual weight, color, and luster in a handful of specimens. Collector hype and investor demand. As with any collectible, demand drives value. Social media buzz, collector forums, and viral headlines about six-figure coin sales have exploded interest in vintage coins, especially those with known rarity and high value, condition and grading. Coins graded MS-68 and above by PCGS or NGC are exceedingly rare for 1994 D dimes. If you hold such a coin in certified condition, collectors and investors alike will line up with 6- and 7-figure offers that in everyday use. A 1994 D Liberty dime is worth exactly 10 cents. But in collector markets, it's a completely different story. Let's talk numbers. A circulated 1994 D dime in average condition may be worth anywhere from 10 cents to $2, depending on visibility and wear. A lightly circulated or AU grade dime may fetch $5 to $1.50. An MS-65 to MS-67 graded coin can be valued between $150 and $1,000. Ultra-rare MS-68 plus coins or verified error specimens have been estimated to sell for $50,000 to $500,000 at top-tier auctions, and then, there's the one-of-a-kind ultra-rare 1994 D Liberty dime, the legendary coin that some believe could be worth up to $6.855 billion, due to a combination of rarity, historical intrigue, and investor frenzy. While this valuation sounds impossible, remember, scarcity plus mystery plus investor speculation equals explosive value. In the collector world, the price of a coin can skyrocket overnight. Here are some signs that your 1994 D dime may be worth big money. Look for doubling on the word Liberty or the year 1994. Check for errors on the torch, olive branch, or torch lines on the reverse. Use a precision scale to check for unusual weight. Should be 2.268 grams standard. Look for off-metal strikes. Unusual shine, color, or metal texture may indicate an experimental strike. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC4. Confirmation. And remember, never clean your coin. Cleaning can reduce the value significantly. Leave it in its natural state and handle it carefully by the edges. While the U.S. Mint has produced countless coins over the centuries, the 1994 D Liberty 1 dime stands out as one of the most mysterious and potentially valuable coins in modern history. With whispers of billion-dollar valuations and confirmed high-value sales in the six-figure range, this unassuming coin has transformed into a modern-day treasure. So the next time you're digging through your pocket change, take a second look. That dime might just be worth more than your house, or your entire neighborhood. In the world of coin collecting, the next big discovery could be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the legendary 1994 D Liberty 1 dime. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Coin Collector Hub, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your change, or if you own a 1994 D dime yourself. Who knows? You might just be sitting on $6.855 billion without even knowing it. Until next time, keep hunting, keep learning, and always check your change. You might just strike gold.